What's up, people? It's your boy John Jordan, right here with my boy Real Deal Akil. Shout out for having me on the show today. Good luck to you, brother, man.
Real Deal with Akil, episode 8. Took a 2-week vacation because of Hurricane Harvey. A lot of business slowed down. A lot of things slowed down. Podcast slowed down because it was on the verge of going right here, had the momentum. Harvey said, nah, just bring it. We gonna put a pause on it. Put a pause on the podcast, and that's what happened. But since we back, got a lot of things to talk on. A lot of things to talk about, actually, because it's been 2 weeks of a lot of things on my mind. Harvey showed me a lot of things. Showed me the true colors of certain people. Showed me the real Houston. But we're going to get into all that a little bit later in part of the topic, part of the show. But we're going to bring on somebody, man, that was one of the best players in Class of 11. Not just in Fort Bend, but in the city of Houston. Ranked in the top 30, we could say. Top 30 in the city of Houston. Now you look at it 6 years later, that dude probably was underrated. Dude should have been top 3 maybe. At that time, 6 years ago, that's probably a good rank. Like, that's probably cool, top 50 at least. Now, 6 years later, with the damage he's put on in college, he's thinking like, hold on, I might be top 3. With the likes of D'Angelo Harrison, Sheldon Mack, Julian Lewis, along with others. Took Hightower to the state championship his senior year, came up short to Marcus Smart and the company over in North Texas. Went to Corpus Christi A&M. Dude say he the GOAT. If he ain't gonna say it, I say it for him. I ain't talking about none other than Jonathan Jordan, freshman year. Set a school record with 138 assists. Sophomore year broke his own record by 21 with 159 dimes. Then we just gonna go to junior year. Earned first team All Southland honors, second team All District recognition, and was named Male Athlete of the Year at the school. But then senior, this one it was over right here. First team All Southland for the second straight year, as well as NABC All District and a Lou Henson Mid-Major All-American. Set a school record, broke his own record 2 years ago with 178 dimes. I'm thinking about the GOAT right now, Jonathan Jordan. First of all, let's get into this. Let's talk about this first.
What's happening?
The grind to where you at now. You know, coming from Hightower, going to university, played AAU ball. I want to say Houston Celtics.
Right, correct.
Houston Celtics. Went to Corpus Christi A&M. Just talk about that experience, the jump that you made from high school at Hightower, what was the premier school in Fort Bend, to a mid-major in Corpus Christi A&M.
First off, anytime you get to further your career, you know what I mean, and take it to the next level, it's always a good opportunity. So when I first made that jump to Corpus, I mean, just like anybody else, I was excited. You know what I mean, excited first day, first time getting on campus, excited about my visit there, and I had a lot of fun on my visit going there. So, I mean, as far as Corpus Christi, I just felt like it was the right school. I had already had a previous relationship with head coach Willis Wilson, and I used to always go to his camps when I was a young kid, and you know, he had just got the job right at Corpus Christi at the time I was graduating Hightower, so it kind of just made sense to go there. And I thought it was the right fit for me and for my family. It was able to come see me play a lot of games, and it kind of worked out.
So how long did you know him while you was at Hightower?
I knew Coach Wilson ever since I was maybe in middle school. Like I said, I used to always go to his elite basketball camps when he was the head coach at Rice.
Yeah.
And he was famous for the basketball camps he used to put on. So I used to go to all his camps, and I was actually on the same AAU team as his son. So that's just yes.
What was his name?
Keenan Wilson. Keenan Wilson. He went to, I believe he went to I want to say Clemens.
Gotcha. I know you talking about. Well, so what offers you have besides, if it wasn't for Corpus Christi, let's just say that never happened.
Right.
All the stuff that have never occurred. What other offers you had in the bag?
Texas Tech. It was my last two came to Corpus Christi and Texas Tech. I had Billy Gillespie called me right after we lost in the state game. Like literally the next day he called me and was
Yeah.
like, just told me how much he liked my game and how much I mean, he hadn't been following me throughout the year, but having to see me play
Yeah.
and was amazed about what he's seeing. So it really came down to those two schools.
Yeah. And you went to Corpus Christi and you got there. Did your role ever have to change? I remember at Hightower, you was scoring the ball quite a bunch at Hightower.
Right.
And then you get to A&M.
Right.
You got the dimes now.
Right.
You think the role of you changed a little bit?
For sure. I mean, I just wanted to take my game to another level as far as maturity and, you know what I'm saying, understanding the mental part of the game. Being a point guard, you got to find that balance of being able to score and being able to distribute.
Yeah.
Keeping everybody involved, keeping everybody happy. When I got to Corpus, we had some good players at the time. And so I just wanted to step in and, you know, make everybody happy.
Yeah. And when you made that transition, was it a coach? Was it like you looked yourself in the mirror and was like, okay, I'm scoring a lot in high school, but then I got to college. You had to change yourself a little bit for the better of the team. And like it worked. It worked.
Right, no doubt.
So you go to Corpus Christi. So let's rewind back to Hightower. Just take me back from 4 years at Hightower and that experience and how was it starting from freshman year all the way to the last game as a high school player in the state. So just talk about that.
Man, Hightower was crazy. I mean, a big school, you know what I mean, fairly kind of a new school.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of kids, a lot of athletes known for, you know, they basketball, football, track, you know what I mean, maybe even baseball. Just like I said, it's a big school.
Football team was cold. Football team was cold.
Cold, like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, went to state. The year after y'all went to state in basketball.
Right, and I believe it's crazy because it was a period where Hightower sports period, like, it had at least one team in state every year. I think track, women's track, girls track went to state.
Yeah.
And then here comes the football team next year, and then men's team. Like, so, you know what I mean? That just shows you the talent Hightower had there, and I was just happy to be there, knowing that it was a lot of talent over there.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, the crazy thing about Hightower is I did not want to go to Hightower.
For real?
At all.
Where you want to go?
I didn't know, but not Hightower, because I had just moved to Mo City. In middle school.
Oh, where you stayed at first?
I stayed on the southwest side of Houston.
Oh, you was in the hood?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's the hood. Oh,
yeah,
where was you at? Where was you at?
Off of Fundry.
Oh.
Fundry and all that, Braeswood and all that, so.
For real?
Yeah.
So if you stayed over there, you'd went to.
I probably went to Welch and.
Oh.
Welch and who knows, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, no.
Marion Park. I used to be at Marion Park all the time.
For real?
All the time.
That's Gessner, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I remember that. Right by the DPS office. Oh,
yeah.
God.
Right there.
Oh, Jesus. No, you would have left. If you would have stayed, you would have went to, like, probably Welch and then high school. You went to, like, Elsica, Hastings.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
whatever Welch feeds into.
But I know you made that. I know you felt like, man, I'm glad I was.
No doubt. Like I said, when we moved out to Missouri City, I didn't know anybody out there.
Yeah.
I was a new kid, you know.
Oh, my
Went to
goodness.
Lake Olympia, and you know I did not want to go out.
For real? Then you got there. You was like, okay.
This is where it's at.
This is the premier school,
This is
like
where it's at.
everything.
This is where it's at for sure.
Dang. So then you got there, and I know DJ Augustine. He was 06, I don't believe 05, 06. He was at Hightower. He was at UT with Durant.
Right. Now I can't remember what year it was, but I think it was around 05, 06.
And then right after that, then freshman year, it was 07, and then that team. I think Hightower basketball got good around 09. I want to say they had Augustine. After that, I want to say it went down just like a year or
dropped
two.
off a little bit.
And then 09 they picked back up.
Right.
Who was on that team that year? I know you when you got on varsity.
I got on varsity my sophomore year. However, I was in a varsity period my freshman year. Yeah. At the time, they weren't real big on like putting freshmen on varsity,
right?
Unless they were gonna play. And
yeah.
the team was so stacked. You know, it wasn't a lot of freshmen unless you was just like elite at the time.
Yeah. That was
gonna play on varsity. But at the time, 09, they had Dominique Andrews, Big Johnny Richardson, who we call JJ.
High flyer.
Yeah. Big Wes.
Yeah.
Of course, Emo, Ryan Holland,
Still see Ryan Holland too to this day.
Daryl Taylor.
Yeah.
We had a squad.
That team sound pretty stacked. I remember some of these guys from the YMCA. See this podcast right here we having right now. This is different than all my other ones. All my other podcasts is different, but this right here is some similar. It's connections to this.
Right.
Fort Bend, the YMCA basketball. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So people you name, I remember these guys' names still to this day, and I still see some of them. And I remember our freshman year, because that was the year Dulles was the team.
Right. Yeah. No, they was.
I think Elkins should have got him. Just because I have a close tie with one of the guys on the team, Devin White.
Nah, well, Elkins.
I feel like I was hurt when they lost that game.
Elkins was pretty deep. That's what a lot of people forget too. Elkins they had a lot of talent over there too.
Yeah.
But Dulles, they just played the right way.
Yeah, you had Sean Ume.
Yeah.
Dre Harrison. Then you had the twins.
The little twins. Then they had the other little. I can't remember his name. The other little guard. He's like 5'5" also.
With the twins. Shoot.
Short, dark-skinned kid.
Wasn't Will? No.
I can't remember his name.
I remember a dude named Will, but I don't know if that was Dulles.
It might have been Will.
Hey, I don't know. But then I know that was a team Dulles was, but they lost to Crowley. And then your junior year, when did you take off? How you feel? What year you thought when you took off as a player? Your junior year?
Actually, you know what? I think really my sophomore year, the year that we lost to Chavez in the regional semifinals.
Yeah.
The year we was really, really good. Like I said, we had Winston Shepard. A lot of people forgot we had Winston.
Yeah.
Eric, you know what I'm saying, JJ, DT, Boo, Garland G. Green, can't forget about Garland Green.
Garland Green, TCU?
Yeah, can't forget about we were stacked.
That was 09. Yeah, that was 09.
That was 09. That was 09 year. And I feel like that year kind of helped put me on the map. You know, we had a preseason tournament, Jim Hicks tournament, like
Super 16.
Super 16.
Yeah.
We went in there and I had a pretty good showing. That's when I first got any pub from Jim Hicks. I remember like it was just
a tough one.
Nah, but we was in there. We was hooping. Hooping. I did my thing that day, and then like I think he had a sports talk show at the time. I can't remember the name of it, and then you know what I mean. He talked about us. He talked about me, and that's when I first got my pub from him.
And then we're gonna skip it to your junior year, and then that was 2010. And who came out? Who was the team in 2010? 'Cause I know
it was
not Elkins. Or was it Elkins? No, Elkins wasn't good since
it was who was the team that year? I can't remember.
That's tough. I know Dulles wasn't there.
No, Dulles wasn't there. We didn't come out.
Was it Travis? Bush.
It was Bush.
It
was Bush.
Came out of nowhere.
It was Bush. That's what it was.
That year in basketball was crazy to me because I really thought, and this is crazy. This is kind of off top, but it's kind of not. The team that is the most disappointing to me ever in high school basketball in Houston was Bel Air.
No, facts.
There's no way.
Facts.
2010.
Right.
Dude.
Right.
Rest in peace to Toby.
Right.
But you had 6 guys that was top dog in Houston.
Right.
You had Toby, Sheldon Mack. You had help me out, God dog. You had
Big Kenny, the African kid.
You had a guy I think went to Texas Tech, a guard I want to say.
Jamel Holler.
You stacked.
They were stacked.
Come on, man.
They were stacked.
You do not lose to Bush. The way they lost to Bush that year.
Nah, it was crazy. I remember.
I feel like that's the team that's one of the greatest teams to not win it, to not go to state.
Right.
Ever in Houston. There's just no way you do not go. Because all the teams that's supposed to win in Houston, they end up going to state.
Right.
They end up going.
Right.
And they do not even touch state. I don't think Bell hasn't even touched state yet. In that era.
That's crazy.
They haven't touched it.
That's crazy.
With all the talent that you let Bush go,
right.
Ever since then, Bush started becoming one of the premier teams in Fort Bend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that still makes me mad to this day.
Right. Nah, I know.
Come on, man. They ain't, you know, Bel Air is the team.
Nah, they actually, Bel Air beat us in our home building. That 09 year, they came over Hightower, and they beat us. They beat us. Yeah. It was the game was nuts. It was nuts.
Gosh.
They actually beat us.
Man, it's crazy that you don't even see it. Then what happened to Toby is like, man, what he would have become in college.
I know.
After prom.
I know. It's a crazy thing to think because he was talented.
As hell.
Yeah.
He was cold.
Yeah.
He was going to A&M.
He was filthy.
Come on, man. And then That was the year too. They had that game with Yates and Belair.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. It was like a fun, not fun, but it was.
It's like it was in honor for Toby, I believe.
But that's I think to me that should have been. That's like a dream game almost.
Right. Yeah, like, everybody wanted to. There were certain thing about it back in that era. Everybody wanted to see certain matchups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody wanted to see, you know what I mean, when Yates got going, Yates and Madison or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even Yates versus us, a lot of people wanted to see us and Yates go at it. But we were 5A and they were 4A.
Exactly. And I think the issue is now is because social media in 2010 was there, but it's not like how it was now. Because I'm starting to notice, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the season opener now, the Jim Hicks, I think it's a classic or whatever.
Right.
Their season opener is like 5 games, and it's like the games that people want to see.
Right.
So imagine back in 2010, oh my God.
It'd have been nuts. It'd have been nuts.
Come on, man. You get like 10 of the top teams in Houston.
Right, and just match them up.
Season opener.
Line them up.
One gym. Oh.
You wouldn't be able to get in. Like,
oh no, you better get there early. You better skip school. That's all I know. You better skip school.
For sure.
Oh my God! But then we go to your senior year, which of course you could say that's your best if you went to state. Just talk about that season overall.
It was a good season. We had a few good players. I mean, Daniel House, he had just got there. A lot of people forget we had Braylon Addison. The famous football player.
Oh, the Michael Vick.
Yeah, the Michael Vick. The Michael Vick. Hey, the Michael Vick. The Michael Vick.
The Braylon Addison experience.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Something for football.
For sure. That's another story. He's another story.
We're going to talk about that, too.
Yeah, but, I mean, he was a key contributor to our team, too. Yeah. I mean, a lot of times, like, we'll play a team that's pressing. He'll help bring the ball up. You know what I'm saying? Help me get some of that pressure off of me, you know what I mean, as far as like handling the ball and stuff.
Yeah, you can't forget about your boy on the bench, the shooter. He had long hair. I think he was a foreign dude.
Little Christian. Christian, nah, he was cold. Hey, he was big time.
See, this one, I want to talk about that Hightower Elkins game because that's the only game I actually seen y'all play for the first time in person. And when I got there, and I went to Stafford, the crowd is nothing like that. I said we got one of the best gyms in Texas, Stafford.
Stafford, yeah.
But the atmosphere is not like Fort Bend. That Hightower Elkins game, I feel like it was a emotional game. It was like y'all grew up together. Everybody on that court knew each other since middle school. And then that was the rivalry.
Right.
Two of the most premier schools, most local schools in Fort Bend, local in different ways. You know,
you
got the women, you got the athletes. It's just the two schools that people wanted to go to. And then they match up in the, I want to say, third round.
I believe so.
Third round, and then
right before that regionals.
So it's like, man, this is it right here. And then I'm watching the game. It was crazy.
That game was full of marbles. It meant something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The last time we will all possibly play each other in one setting.
But you know what I hear from Elkins people though?
What's that?
They say, y'all milking the clock. It was close. Y'all was milking the clock, Jonathan. Come on. Hey, what's going on? I was there. When I watched that game, I said, man, they need a shot clock.
You know what?
Come on.
You know what?
We did what the coach told you.
We had to do what we had to do to win.
So, okay,
did
you think it was right? I mean, of course, y'all won the game, but then, I know, if you're a fan, you looking like, come on, man.
Right, looking back at it, it may be, you know what I mean, it may be a little wrong, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, like I said.
To milk the clock, that's what happened.
We gotta win this game.
And the game was close.
It's nothing more important than winning this game.
So basically, it was like, y'all was playing just to hold the lead, basically. It wasn't like, we gonna give the fans what they want, plus we're gonna win. It was like, shoot, we got 6 minutes left on the fourth quarter.
No, we gonna maximize every possession.
Oh. Oh my God!
We're gonna maximize every possession.
If I was an Elkins player, I'd have been sick.
I know. You know, you hire an agent right after you get done with your college ball, and then your agent kind of takes.
How you find an agent? Like, how do you go about that?
It's really weird because I got hooked up with my agent through my head coach at college. I think most college basketball players go that route. I mean,
you go to their coach and be like,
that's
hey,
their coach. You know what I mean? Or the coach come to them like, you know, here's an agent, good friend of mine, blah blah blah. You try them out. You know what I mean? You can interview a bunch of agents. I interview 4 agents. You know what I mean?
How does that feel? Like you on the opposite end,
right?
Interviewing the agent. Like, what do you ask? Like,
you know what? It's really weird because you know what I mean. It's like, okay, I'm out of college, and it's like, what's next? Now I gotta do everything on my own. College is all about you having resources. Everybody's there to do stuff for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, you know what I mean? I graduated college. I gotta find an agent. I interviewed a bunch of agents. You know, I go with the one my coaches select one that was cool with him, and so that kind of worked out. And like I said, you go through what's called a pre-draft process, which is basically, you know, you do a bunch of workouts. Your agent send you to a spot to work out. A bunch of NBA scouts come, and then I think towards like the month of June is when you go and you actually go to different NBA teams and work out for them and get ready for like the draft and, you know, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
Stressful.
Yeah, no, it's very stressful. It's like, gosh, like what is gonna happen? You don't know what's gonna happen. Where can I go? Like,
did you know, like when you left Corpus Christi, did you expect yourself to get drafted, or you already knew like, man, it's 2 rounds. I don't even know if I'm.
It kind of go both ways. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's always. I think it's for everybody. It's always that little pocket of hope in you. Like, you know, I might get picked. You know what I mean? Yeah. But at the same time, you want to be realistic. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's 2 rounds. It's 30 people get selected. It's about 600 people that's trying to get in. It's tough. The odds are against you most of the time, unless you like really, really high level elite. You know what I mean? Yeah. High recruit out of high school, stuff like that. So, I mean, you kind of got to be realistic with yourself at the same time.
Yeah. And then you play in G League for, I want to say, the 80-70s?
Yeah.
87?
That was my first professional team, the Delaware 87ers, which is the Philadelphia 76ers G League affiliate.
Yeah.
I signed with them first. I get traded into Erie Bayhawks halfway through my first year. Yeah. Then right after I get traded to Erie, here comes Toronto calling along. We played Toronto. I had a pretty good game. Like
I seen the highlights today.
Pretty good game, and like a couple of days after that, Toronto calls my agent like, "Hey, we want to trade for you."
So you just trade back now? Like, God damn, let's just.
It's a crazy business. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So the team you on now is in Toronto.
Yeah.
So when you go back out there.
I can't remember when training camp is. Normally training camp starts in like midway through October, towards the end of October.
Yeah. So did you ever thought about the overseas route, like going there? Because I always hear some people I know is like, man, the G League is not like the overseas. Overseas better. You got, you know what I'm saying? This is different.
Well, I see it like this. It really depends on what you want. If you're in a position where, gosh, I need a lot of money. I need, you know what I'm saying, I got a family, you know what I mean? Go over. I would say go overseas route. Yeah. If your dreams and your aspirations really to get in the NBA, you know what I mean, you're willing to take a pay cut now just to try to get to the NBA, go the G League route. Yeah. And that's how I kind of see it. You know what I mean? Both routes is good. At the end of the day, you playing basketball for a living. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, I roll over in the morning and I wake up, and the only thing I gotta do throughout the whole day is work out. I go hoop. That's the only thing I do. Only thing I do is literally wake up, go work out, hoop, go lift weights, and go back home, and I got the rest of the day to myself. Go do it again if I want.
Dang, that is crazy.
So I mean, at the end of the day, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether you want to go overseas or stay here.
I feel like overseas is a whole new. It can have a lot of money, but it's a whole new experience. You got to deal with learning languages. And
it is a lot.
I just want to stay in America.
I know.
You know how much corrupted America is at the end of the day, but I still want to stay in my country.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And I know these people. Mm-hmm. It's much easier. I don't go through a whole new experience in learning languages.
Right.
What if I go play in Saudi Arabia?
Right. There's people that go play in Saudi Arabia.
They do because they have money.
Yeah.
I don't blame them. Like I said, it's your situation in your life.
Situation.
So do you feel like you're gonna make it to the NBA anytime like this year? Because a lot of things. Example, I like Baylor, point guard, went to G League. You know what I'm talking about. Pierre Jackson. Deuce been in the league. Mm-hmm. So when you look at situations like that, there's like, man, does it kind of like scare you a little bit? Like, man, if he can't make it, how the hell am I gonna make it?
Right.
You know.
I mean, sometimes you think like that, but really, it's just you kind of just worry about your own situation. You know what I mean? Well, that's what I do. Yeah. I kind of check the news. I see what transactions are being made with the teams, but at the end of the day, I just kind of worry about myself and my situation. You know what I mean? What can I do to help my chances, and what can I do to continue to get better every day? Yeah. You know, and helping myself take that next step into getting in the NBA. And so,
It sounds like it's a hard, long process.
No, it is. It is. Everybody can't do it. Because one thing about basketball, people don't know, unless you're like one of the elites, like you have a long-term contract, a bunch of security. You know what I mean? Basketball can be an unstable job. You just most of the guys that play basketball, professional basketball, every summer are free agents.
Do you think you're not in the league right now because of the depth at point guard NBA? Because it's a point guard's league.
Right, it is.
Do you feel like because the need is not there no more? Because every team literally has a point guard.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I don't think, and that's not just with me. That's just with a lot of players. It's not enough spots for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every team can only have 16 now 16, 17 players under contract.
Yeah.
And so, most teams carry 3 point guards, maybe 4, but it's only like 30 teams.
Yeah, exactly. You look, I think that can keep your head up is we're looking at Jonathan Simmons.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It was like 25 teams.
For sure. For sure.
It was like a whole. He had he's the example of an NBA 2K my career player.
Right. For
this
sure.
dude literally had like the perfect dream story.
For sure.
Dude came from a nobody,
Mm-hmm.
no disrespect with him.
Right.
Like knew him
Mm-hmm.
to a person that's like this dude could probably compete for All-Star maybe.
Right. It's crazy. And sometimes you never know. It can end up that way. That's why I think it's important just to stay the course. You know what I mean? Just stay the course. A lot of guys are gonna fall off. A lot of guys are gonna do this, do that. But I think if you just stay the course, you just never know what can happen. And you see this. It happened for Jay Sims.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
In a major way.
Major. It's crazy to see people from Houston doing something too. I tell people Houston on the come up.
On the come up for sure.
Man,
for sure.
Most city people's on the come up.
For sure.
We sports.
We got some athletes.
Music.
Right.
Entertainment.
Right.
Shit, radio.
We got a lot of people.
Everywhere. Man, we gonna switch this up to you. What's these hops, man? These dunks of yours, man. These hops crazy. I don't remember this in high school. I don't. What you did? You some program or something? 90-day program. You went to one of them things, the jumpvert.com. What's the sauce? What's the secret sauce, man?
You know what?
Let me have some.
It's crazy. That's the question I get asked the most. Like, what is it? What did you do? I can check my DM. Like that's the question everybody wants to know, and I have the same answer. I have no clue. It's one of those.
That's
things.
the answer. No clue.
No clue. People ask me like, what am I supposed to do to be able to jump? What can I do to help myself? I mean, I guess I can give you suggestions of what I think may work or what.
Mm-hmm.
Weight trainers have told me it has worked, but for me, it was, I don't know what it was. It was just, I don't know. It's a God-given gift.
I think the dunk guy. Yeah, that's what it was.
It's crazy. It sounds crazy, but it's the I can't lie. It's the guy.
Is it weight training like a lot of leg muscles, workouts?
Nah, not at all.
Cause you're like you like shorter than me at least. On my height.
5'10".
Oh my.
With shoes on.
Dude, I literally seen the video. You didn't have the ball in your hand. You went. What was you at? You went up.
You know what?
Let me just get it one time.
I was at it was in summer and I was in LA and I was at LaMelo Ball high school game, and I mean his AAU game.
Yeah.
When all that happened, I hit my head on the rim.
And they let y'all play or something after that, or
no? Well, what they did was I was already down there for to do an event for Adidas. Adidas was dropping the latest signature sneaker. I can't think of the name of it, but it's Andrew Wiggins sneaker.
Yeah. And
they were doing the event, and they invited a bunch of athletes out there, and I was out there, hosting a couple of little smaller events. Just doing a lot of community stuff, and then they had like 4 dunkers, like famous dunkers. Myself, they had the kid Michael Purdy. They had who else? They had like another guy, can't think of his name, and they basically let us just go and just do some dunks at LaMelo Ball halftime game. Like, it was crazy.
LaMelo Ball, God.
LaMelo Ball's like that, by the way. Like, everybody want to know, like, he's like that. He's like that. Yeah, he's a problem. He's a problem.
I told people this. I said I had a theory. People always ask in the NBA, well, not in the NBA, but about the NBA, who's going to be the next guy to carry the NBA? See, people get that confused because they think to themselves, "Oh, well, shoot, LeBron retired Kevin Durant."
Right.
No,
Right.
he's in the LeBron.
He's
era.
in the LeBron. Nah, you're right.
My argument is LaMelo Ball. This is why I say this. I'm not talking about just basketball, period.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about a global ambassador.
Right. No.
Because his dad is helping him out.
Facts.
Guess what? LeBron came in the NBA at the perfect time.
Right.
Michael Jordan just retired.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't say Kobe because Kobe was great.
Right.
But he wasn't an ambassador like how
Right.
LeBron is. LeBron,
Right.
if this dude was a bust in 03,
yeah, I know.
you know how much money the NBA would have lost?
Yeah.
Cleveland would have lost?
You're right.
And Nike?
You're right.
This dude had pressure since day one.
Right.
LaMelo Ball comes in, let's say 3, 4, 5, 6 years late. Whenever his classification is up and he goes to the NBA,
No, he's the real deal.
LeBron gonna be done.
It's LaMelo Ball.
It gotta be LaMelo and his brother.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the Ball era because you can't say Steph or nobody else because they in his era.
Right. You're
You
right.
know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at LaMelo. To me personally, he's the most famous high school athlete of all time.
All time, easily.
3 million followers at 15 years old.
Right.
Shoe deal.
Right. Yeah. Right.
People get mad at his dad, but guess what? This man has a shoe deal at 15.
I'm a fan of everything they're doing.
I would love to have Lamar on my show.
Nah.
Oh,
That'd be that.
we're gonna make that happen. We're gonna make that happen.
Yeah, you
This
got
dude is that's what I'm saying. That's who I got.
Mm-hmm.
When LeBron retired, they asked who the next man up. For me, it's not just basketball. You got to carry the ratings. You got to carry that, the social impact.
Right.
Ambassador, I feel like he can do it.
Nah, I definitely feel the same way.
And his dad gonna put him in the right position.
LaMelo Ball, I'm telling you now, LaMelo Ball is box office.
Dude, crazy.
He's box office. I've seen it from my. He's box office.
And the athlete's getting better. Athlete's getting way better. Look at Zion Williamson.
Mm-hmm.
This dude's
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
These high school athletes is crazy.
Nah,
now.
it's nuts.
Oh,
It's nuts. It's nuts.
man. So then that dunk contest you had for the was it, I know the G League All Star weekend. Well, it was for NBA All Star week, but y'all had the
Right,
dunk contest
right.
too. Who was you competing against with in that? 'Cause I seen like a video was like 37 seconds and like had show like 2 dunks,
Mm-hmm.
and I know you won it.
Yeah.
Who else was in that competition?
Well, I participated in 2. One this past season and one my first season. One of my first season is the one I won.
Oh,
That year we had what's the kid name? We had another short point guard, Kiefer Sykes.
Oh.
Kiefer Sykes. We had DJ Steffens.
I heard of him.
Oh my.
I heard of him.
Oh
Yeah.
my. It really came down. It really was just me and DJ Steffens. This past year we had Troy Williams for the Rockets now.
Yeah.
We had who else was in it this year? I can't remember. It just everything be happening so fast and stuff. So, and I normally tell you I remember who the finalists. That's what I want to know. Who's the finalists?
Yeah,
who am I going against? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this year it was Troy Williams and last year it was DJ Steffens.
Man, so you came out 1-1 right now.
1-1.
Next year you gonna come back? You gonna go back?
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Then you gonna do like the other players, I ain't gonna, I'm gonna just do 2 in these.
Yeah.
They also went for like 10 of them things.
Yeah, I know.
So next Nate go to multiple of them, multiple dunk contests.
We'll see. We'll see. It's in LA, so I believe this year.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, the Austin weekend is in LA. Oh, you gonna go there for sure. This would be crazy. Oh my God, this would be crazy. Man, so let's talk about this Harden weekend. Weekend. First of all, I ain't know where this weekend came from. Shout out to James Harden for donating, I want to say $1 million to the Harvey Foundation. But that weekend came out of nowhere. It looked like it was a good weekend because I ain't go to Hall weekend. I ain't go to James Harden weekend at all. Because I don't like paying to get stuff no more. I feel like with this podcast, I feel like I should get it for free.
Right.
But I ain't trying to. I have my little boys with me, so I ain't really care.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I seen the game. Was it a tournament base? Was it like it was set up as a tournament?
Well, it was a tournament, and then they had one big game for like all NBA players.
Yeah.
So basically they had 4 teams. 2 winning teams play each other on Sunday, and then that game went down. And then, like I said, they had a big game for all NBA for James Harden.
How did he find y'all? Like you? I know D'Angelo played in that.
Right.
How did he find?
You know what? I don't know. I played with the same team I played with because I played in the Fundy Pro-Am downtown.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so that exact team, we played in the James Harden weekend.
Live, huh?
Oh man.
Star-studded.
Yeah, nah, it was
women.
Everywhere.
I see it. I said, oh.
Everywhere.
I should have been down.
Everywhere. Nah, it was a shout out to James Harden, man. It was a great event, great weekend. Cool dude. You know what I mean?
West Coast, he got hit.
Very giving. It was a pretty cool event. It's gonna be lit next summer.
Oh, he doing it again?
I believe so.
You should have that TSU.
Yeah.
That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened? But nah, I mean it's all good though. Mm-hmm. I know that it looked like it was a cool weekend, but it is what it is. If next year I'm gonna try to go.
Yeah, man, you can roll in there with me, man. We can go to the.
I forgot about it. James Harden did. Yeah, James Harden put some 6 figures for scholarships at TSU. So I'm gonna just take that video and like cut that out. About TSU. I'm sorry, James. I didn't know. I forgot. Sorry. Mm-hmm. But man, that week was crazy. Then all of a sudden we had Harvey. Harvey came like right after that.
Out of nowhere, right?
We ain't supposed to be a storm. They weren't supposed to hit us
at all. I know. Caught us all off guard.
Mayweather McGregor fight was that night.
Right. Luckily, my power didn't go out.
For real?
Yeah.
See, my power didn't go out, but DirecTV messed up.
I heard about that. I heard like a lot of people wanted their refund, or they hit their refund. A lot of people money or something.
Oh, yeah, we got our money back for sure. But I went somewhere to watch it. Dude had a dually truck. Went over to his place and watched it.
Oh wow.
That thing was crazy. Then Harvey, man, it messed up a whole lot.
Yeah.
Was you good? Was you?
Yeah. Fortunately, we was like this close from like the water was up. You know what I mean? Right by the door. Like it was scary. Yeah.
I don't know if I can survive like that. I can't swim. That thing gets out the house, I'm done. I can't swim though. I'm sorry. I look. I'm on the roof. I'm SOS though. I'm sorry. I'm yelling. I'm surrendering.
My thing is,
I'm done.
I don't like water. I can't see my feet in. Like if, you know what I mean. If I can't see my feet, I'm not. It's quiet for me.
You don't know what's in the water either, because the bayous be coming,
right,
messing up.
I'm scary. I think about alligators and snakes and stuff like that. I get to think about.
You seen a dude had an alligator in his house?
Imagine that.
Sitting on a dining room table.
I imagine that.
He said, "What's for dinner?" The alligator said, "What's for dinner?" That's exactly what happened. Oh, this what I gotta say about him, man. I ain't gonna talk about this. I'm gonna just talk about the people. Mm-hmm. I just feel like this. I have no disrespect to the man because I don't know the man.
Right.
But I'm from Houston, Texas.
Right.
Born and raised.
Mm-hmm.
So we ain't had nothing like this before.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm starting. I see George R. Brown opening up.
Right.
I see shelters. People with open arms.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a man down 59 that turned his church into that was a compact center. It's still a compact center to me.
Right.
But he turned into a $1 billion church. I mean, however the price is. Don't open up the church until people get on him on social media.
All right, I know it was crazy.
Joel Osteen. I don't want to mess up any potential funding or whatever conversation in the future. But I just gotta tell it like it is.
Right.
This dude sits 16,000 in that church, and probably have more room. Probably plenty of room. Mm-hmm. 30 rooms in the back or something.
Right. Space. It's an arena.
Arena. 16. Let's just do the math. So let's just say on a regular 9:00 service on Sunday. Mm-hmm. You sit 16,000 people. So let's do 16,000 people. Let's say he has a great service. And the bucket be passed around. I don't know how they do the bucket. It's a lot of people. I don't know how they do it. They do about rows of sections. Mm-hmm. Let's say $5 was put in by each person. You mean to tell me this dude make $80,000 just in 2 hours of service? Plus he got other service as well. So the dude's walking out with 6 figures.
Easy.
So you can open your arms to people when it comes to the money. Okay? You try to say it was flooded. You try to say it was flooded around the place. No, it wasn't. You kidding? You see, that's what made me mad about this whole hurricane thing. About that. That's the only thing that made me mad about Houston. Period. That was it. Just what Joel Osteen and his company did for not opening up until people said something about it.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, you just never know people's true colors until what I'm saying. You never know what they're about, their agenda is, until something like this happens, something catastrophic happens. That's when you really see who can really step up to the plate and deliver. At a time of need. So I mean, I don't know specifically what happened, but I did see that on the internet. They said he didn't want to open his church up.
Didn't want to open it. The excuse was that he had to get permission from George R. Brown, which I don't know how to get into that, but like.
Right.
If that was Jesus that had a church, oh, come on, he opened it up before the doors open.
Right.
He knows that he been watching the Weather Channel. Mm-hmm. Jesus like, nuh-uh. He tell his 12 disciples, hey, let's get on this right now. Right. Let's open these doors before the storm come.
Right.
That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do. I never went to his church. Mm-hmm. I always felt like it was something wrong about. That's not a church to me. See, I'm not religious. I'm just a spiritual person.
Right.
So I don't get into all religious stuff.
Right.
And I don't really touch on that. Mm-hmm. But the pastors, I know some of these dudes in for the money.
Right.
Hell, I owe my arms too if I'm making $80,000 for 2 hours.
Right.
Come on, man. I love everybody. Right. I love you. I love you. I love you.
It's a lot of money in the church business.
Tax free.
It's a lot of money.
Come on, dude is the biggest name in church, and you can open the door. Come on, man. Dude can open the door.
Is it true colors?
That's the only thing I ain't like about the whole Harvey thing. But Harvey's crazy. That was worse than Katrina.
I think so too.
That was worse.
I think so too.
Dude, like it stayed there. I looked at the storm thing. It was 2 currents and it just stayed right there in Houston. Big fat hurricane.
Like how did it just turn like that? Like because actually I think it was headed towards Corpus Christi at first.
They hurt them.
Yeah, and then it just turned
to us.
We
lucky we didn't get that one in Porter. Well, Porter and Beaumont got. We would have had that on top. We already had because the original scenario was supposed to go up 45 north.
Right.
We would have took that. We would have took that heat.
Mm-hmm.
We got saved again.
Man.
Because there's another one out there. We get saved on that.
It's so much crazy stuff going on right now. It had the earthquake last night. I don't know if y'all.
In Cali.
Yeah. And then you got a tropical storm in the Gulf. Then you got two hurricanes. Then we just had the what was that? Something happened over in Asia, like right after Harvey.
They had Harvey. They got Jose. They got Katia. And they got Irma. Oh, I don't know how they come up with these names, but these are deadly hurricanes.
Gosh,
that scared me because I was imagining myself like Houston went underwater.
Man,
everything is done. It's just stuff is really slowly getting back to what it used to be.
Right.
Man, it just sucks seeing your own city like that.
Nah, but you know what I did like the contribution. I did like how everybody helped everybody. It was so many volunteers. Everybody I knew personally was trying to volunteer and help. You know what I mean? Any way they knew how. And it's kind of weird to say it, but we kind of need something like that because when stuff like that happens, you forget about racism, crime. Right. Everybody's together. None of that matters. What I'm saying? Like none of that matters. Your life is in danger. Right. Like your house, your property could be gone. Mm-hmm. Rich people literally lost their houses. Right. Now they in George R. Brown. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy how everything happens and seeing your city like that's. It was crazy watching it on TV. It was like a 3-night event. No, it was like an event on TV. It really was. That was like the most watched show on TV. Like the news, man. Come on, man. That was ridiculous. It's crazy. The world is crazy right now. Dog. In Miami. Ooh. You been to Miami yet? Yeah, I have. Okay, I'm about to say, if you ain't been to Miami yet, I don't know if you ever going to go back again. Yeah, man, I know. Might be underwater. Prayers for Miami. Prayers for Florida. What the celebrities? Twice, because there's another one coming. What the celebrities going to do? They just donated $1 million to Houston. What they going to do? Donate another $1 million? I was just thinking that this would be interesting. See, let's see if people come out. Let's see what the top pass in Miami do. Right. He got his doors open right now. Mm-hmm. Nah, he probably left. That's 5. That's category 5. He probably left too. And then close the door. I'm gone. Since there's 2 of them coming. Like, I wonder what they gonna have the people do. Okay, say Irma hits. Boom. I don't know the difference in time when the next one comes, but like, are they gonna keep the people out of the city? And you know what I mean, in regards to the next storm, or how's that? I wonder how's that gonna work. Like, if they have another one hitting the same state. Yeah, cause from what I know, it's Irma, then it's Jose right behind it, right? Yeah. So if Jose happens to come that way, you have to keep everybody out of the city for another. This is, I don't know. That's interesting because if you got it's kind of impossible to see a hurricane a city get hit by a hurricane back. People were saying that the original direction was supposed for Irma to come to the Gulf, but it's a cold front, so it's gonna block them. Right. So they're gonna go up north to Florida. Mm-hmm. So I think after Florida,
they might not get another one.
Right.
It might be Jose coming from like another side, hitting the upper east.
Man, I hope it
All
don't.
this stuff's scary though.
Yeah.
And I know it slowed down y'all Fondy league too for sure.
Man.
Like y'all.
Yeah, it's just like the gym, just basketball is just like any other job. You know what I mean? You gotta put the time in. Obviously, you know what I mean. When Harvey came, I was out the gym for at least a week, at least.
Man.
Like I said before, imagine going from playing, working out every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until not, and just literally sitting down for an entire week and not doing anything.
That sucks.
Yeah, it hurt.
You probably gotta play the video game.
Yeah, that's all I did.
Play 2K.
2K.
Oh shoot, that's crazy.
2K. I was living vicariously through 2K.
Dang, that's crazy. That's crazy. So now we're gonna the NBA. Last time before I let you go, the NBA storylines. Kyrie trade, no doubt number one. Number two, Chris Paul, Rockets. Me personally, Rockets got Chris Paul. This was 5 years ago. Rockets NBA Finals, for sure.
For sure.
5 years later, hell no. How you gonna get past Golden? Hey, you ain't gonna get past Golden State. You know what that just did? You're gonna lose. That came from a possible. You know what I'm saying? It can go 5. It can go 4. It'll have been a sweep without Chris Paul. Now it's probably like 5 games. You just went from 4 to 5. You just took your ass from 4 from a sweep. Something you'll probably win 1.
Right. Nah.
There's nothing you can do
At all.
Come on, man. I like the move. I like Chris Paul. My favorite point guard in the NBA. I mean, it's not.
It's not enough. Golden State is another level.
Who's holding Melo? Who's holding KD?
Golden State is another level.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter.
They add too much firepower.
But you got Nick Young too off the bench.
Yeah.
Dude, come on, like there's no way. Like you can make all the transactions in the world you can in the West, but you can't match up with that.
No, the NBA is crazy. The league itself is transformed into a beast. Really, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The gameplay is a little bit different than how it used to be. Now you're seeing teams with, you know what I mean, 4 perimeters and 1 big now. You know what I mean? And then 1 big may step out and shoot a couple threes.
Golden State picked up Durant to stop LeBron. LeBron's the reason why all this is happening.
Really,
truly, he's the reason why.
That shows you his true greatness. You know what I mean? It's like it's LeBron's league.
Yeah.
When LeBron moves, everybody else moves.
Exactly.
Everybody else moves. Like literally.
Let's see what happens if you go to LA.
Like the league's gonna shift.
You think you're going to LA? Oh, you got some inside. Oh, you might have got some inside sources. Hold on, man. Let's shoot. If you got some inside sources, we could break it right here.
I think, my opinion. I think. I don't know where he will go, but I think he will leave Cleveland.
Talking to the people you know from the NBA, just players around, what they tell you.
You know, they don't tell me nothing.
Oh, come on, man. No, do that.
Everybody say the same thing. Everybody's like, they don't know. Literally, like really.
Nobody knows.
Nobody kind of knows.
But everybody feeling is like.
Everybody feeling is the same. Like
LeBron, LA.
He may leave. He may leave
because ownership.
Ownership shaky. Kyrie's out of there. You know what I mean?
IT injury.
Deep down, I really would like to see him stay. In my personal, that's me being selfish.
Yeah.
I want to see him stay because I feel like, you know what I mean. Just from me growing up, I knew that all the greats were, you know what I mean, with their one team all the time. But I know the league is different now.
Way different. It's a players' league.
It's a players' league, and it's about winning titles. So I do understand that, you know, players he has to do what he has to do. You know what I mean? In order to beat Golden State, because Golden State is who you know what I mean, probably maybe for the rest of your career if you're LeBron, Golden State is the team you're competing with.
Just the pros and cons today. I like the LA move, but it'd be kind of weird seeing a Lakers jersey.
It for sure would.
My pro is this. He goes to a team that's younger. If Lonzo Ball could play the same way he played in Summer League,
right,
that's going to be tremendous.
Right.
And then he could play in LA where he lives. I hate the he lives in LA, so he's going to move there. That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
He definitely got a house in Miami. You know what I'm saying?
All the elite players almost got a house in
Miami. Yeah, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He probably got a place here, you know.
Right.
So that don't even play a factor. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, the pro, younger legs, cap space, he can get at least one more superstar with him. Chris Paul, Westbrook, Paul George, somebody like that. The con is this. He goes there. Shaq won a ring. Kobe won a ring.
Yeah,
Magic. All of Lakers greats won a ring. Now the pressure's back up for LeBron James for him to bring a ring to LA because every great has done it.
And then another thing you gotta consider too. It's like, okay, what year is this for LeBron? Well,
15.
15. So next year it'll be 16. 16th year, going into the Western Conference is already stacked. Think about it. If you go, you get just say he goes to LA and they are second seed in the playoffs. You're still gonna draw a OKC, Minnesota, who's should be tough. They're good on paper. You know what I mean? That's a lot of.
You can't rest.
You know what I mean?
It's gonna be grueling.
That's gonna be grueling in the playoffs. Think about it. You might see OKC in the first round, San Antonio in the second round, then boom, now you got Golden State. That is a lot of terror in the playoffs.
I feel like this. Before you wrap it up, this is what I say. This is my theory. Since now IT's on Cleveland. All right. Let's say LeBron goes to the West. Let's just play this in our heads.
Mm-hmm.
People that's watching and listening. LeBron goes to the West. Now you have the top 10 players all in the Western Conference.
Mm-hmm.
KD, well, at least 9 to 10. I might throw Kyrie in there, maybe. LeBron, KD, Steph, Harden, Kawhi, Clay, Damian,
right.
Anthony, Cousins, all on the West.
Right.
So Carl Anthony Towns. The West is stacked full of players. So what that means, TV ratings for the Western Conference playoffs.
Right.
Most watched 1 through first round all the way to the conference finals in history.
Facts.
The East has Giannis,
Kyrie,
it's gonna be, Gordon Hayward.
It's going to be dry.
So now my theory is this. If the NBA see LeBron makes the move, like, God damn, the West is stacked. Who the East has? It's boring. You might want to see Washington versus Toronto.
Right.
So I believe some moves gonna be made.
For sure.
I see a AD leaving
mm-hmm.
to Boston.
Mm-hmm. Possibly.
I see a Cousins to Washington. You got some movement. You got Kyrie and AD. You got John Wall Cousins with Bradley Beal. I see some moves, man. I see IT not staying in Cleveland.
But like I said, like LeBron's that type of player. Like when he moves the league, the league moves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like he's that great of a player.
I believe he's the greatest of all time.
You think so?
I'm gonna just leave it like that. I believe he's
LeBron James greatest of all time.
I'm going for like extra 30 minutes. We've been on for an hour. So, I mean, we can talk about that another time. But I'm leaving right there. And you got to come back to your Mount Rushmore. I gave you time to think. That's the last thing we're going to talk about.
Mount Rushmore,
you have you, Braylon. Who you had? Braylon.
Me, myself, Braylon. DJ
Who the last one?
I'm going to go.
Make me happy. Make me proud on this one.
I'm probably going to go Lanny Smith.
Who?
Lanny Smith.
Who's that? Who's that?
All-time Hightower great. He got it started. He got the ball rolling.
Lanny Smith.
Lanny Smith.
Lanny
Smith. I can't remember what class he was. 02, 03, right after TJ Ford. Good.
Who was that? Lanny Smith.
Lanny Smith.
That's you who gave me?
That's what I gave you.
So you come from you, Braylon, DJ Augustine.
He got the ball rolling for us.
What ball? Basketball?
Well, the Hightower ball.
How? Who was that?
He was great. He was good.
Lanny Smith? Is this some guy you just made up?
Him, Nick Wise. This was back right after TJ Ford.
Lanny. Are you kidding me?
Lanny Smith.
Who's you I was thinking House. I was thinking Sean from football. I was thinking.
Well, you didn't. You know what? I take that back. You did say all athletes, and I did mention Braylon. So if you're gonna go all athletes. See, this is hard. I was thinking I forgot it was all athletes.
All athletes. All right, make it easier for basketball. So you got
basketball. Okay.
So he's in there.
Yeah.
Me, over House.
Me, DJ. Yeah, now maybe you could throw House. I don't know. This is tough.
Lanny Smith.
You know what?
It's like some generic guy on 2K.
Nah, Lenny.
No respect, probably.
No
respect.
Listen, ask around like most city, like people tell you Lenny Smith.
For real?
He was a guy back then. I would probably say just for basketball alone, myself, DJ Lenny, And that fourth is still hard. You know what? I gotta go. Ooh, there's so many players. It's so many. It's a lot. It's a lot of good Hightower players.
It is.
I got my boy Daryl Taylor. DT was cold. Lefty.
I'm surprised House not even mentioned it.
Nah, House is for sure there. House is for sure.
I think House would be kind of pissed we saw this.
Nah, House know what it is.
He'll be pissed like, hold on, he ain't saying my name. He ain't saying my name yet. I had to say the name for him.
Nah, well, the thing about House was only like he's like DJ. He was only 1 year, and House did go to the state with me. DJ didn't, but I think DJ's a different story. DJ was McDonald's All-American.
He came from the Katrina thing.
Right. You know, I think his story is a little interesting. You know, man, I can't remember what pick he was, but I want to believe it was right outside, maybe lottery or outside of lottery. He was definitely first round.
You can say that, yo.
You know what I mean? With all those, you know what I mean? With all those that type of status, I mean, I think it'd be hard to ignore him.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't have a problem going with House at all.
So to wrap it up, you got you.
Cause he did when I left. House did hold it down.
He did.
He definitely did.
He did hold it down. He held it for like that last year. Ain't doing anything at the state, but he probably didn't want it. Laney Smith. Who this guy is? Like, who is Laney Smith?
You got to do the research. You got to go back.
Yeah.
Hightower had some good cats. Mike B. You know what I mean? Big Mike Barons.
We talking about rushmore. This song like legendary. They walk in the gym like,
Nah,
we know what it is.
Laney was like that. He was like that back then.
Laney Smith. That's before me.
I know.
Oh, God, I'm like 8 years old, 9 years.
I know.
Oh.
Lenny.
You still talk to him?
I talk to him every once in a while.
Oh, this is a real person.
Yeah.
This is a real name, like Lanny is a real. What was y'all used to call him? Ellis?
Nah. he was when I was younger. I used to just go watch. He was one of the first like when I used to go.
He was that great.
Yeah. Well, at least to me he was.
Yeah, maybe he played point guard?
Yeah, like combo guard.
That makes sense.
Combo guard.
Same guy you probably watched like, all right, take some of this game.
Yeah. Yeah,
respect that.
You know, I was young.
You know, so we were like, what, 9?
Yeah.
I respect that.
I wanted to see Hightower a couple times.
There ain't no girl hoopers.
Nick. Oh, what?
Let's say we gonna save it. We gonna
save it. She'll be Diamond Ford. She'll be mad if I didn't mention her in this. Diamond Ford was sick. Diamond was sick in Hightower. She was sick. She was sick. Like. Okay. You know what I mean?
We talk about the girls. Like it's a lot. Like I said, it's a lot of people.
Hightower had a small but a lot of history. Cause Hightower is not that old of a school. I don't think
it's not. They like what? I want to say early 2000s. Maybe because I know it wasn't 90 because Riddle was D school. It was like after 02.
Right.
So Laney probably was the first guy.
Nah, he was one of the first ones.
He was like the Andre Johnson of like Hightower.
Yeah. Him and Nick Wisner, they had a nice backcourt. See, a lot of people forget about Nick Wisner.
Nick Wisner's?
Yeah, he went to Hightower before he went to Kingwood, and he was great at Kingwood.
Kingwood was nice at that time.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Nice. Mm-hmm. God. Oh, that was nice. Mm-hmm. But we could keep going about this. We could keep going. Mm-hmm. But I appreciate you, man, for coming through, coming to the show. Any last words?
Man, thanks for having me, man. Hopefully we can do this again, man.
Oh, we will, for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure. For sure, man. Just I'll let you know we got each other number.
Yep.
This was the 8th show. I want to say 8th. Was it 8th? 8th, 9th?
I think it was 8th.
8th? Yeah, we had 8. Had quite a few people come in here.
Next time I bring one of my boys, maybe Emo or Win.
No, Emo.
Yeah. I might bring Emo in here.
Yeah.
You know,
you gotta watch, can he walk through this thing first, you know. You gotta walk in here. That's a tall dude.
Yeah, nah.
It'd be like, we gotta bring, I try to get D'Angelo in here.
I'll get D'Angelo in here.
Yeah, man.
D. Harrison, what's up, dog? What's up, man?
Shout out to D'Angelo.
Let me see. Can I get a couple shout outs?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? D. Harrison, what's up, baby? Emo. Shout out to my boy Winston Shepherd. Shout out to my boy Charlo. Shout out to my boy
Charlo Twin?
No. This is my little boy. My boy Hugo Benny. You know what I mean? Check out his website, Hugo. He has a car wash service he does. So shout out to Hugo Auto Wash. Who else? I know I'm missing some people. Cheyenne. Shout out to my girl Cheyenne. Yeah, I got a lot of shots with them off the head right now.
Yeah. Hey, this is the 8th show. of The Real Deal with Akil here with the man A&M Corpus Christi great, the GOAT, Jonathan Jordan.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you for coming through. This was The Real Deal with Akil.